Good morning po dyan sa Pilipinas, mga kababayan. Kailyak di La Union. I'm a nurse here in United States and I just wanna share you my experience with COVID, okay? I was tested positive with the COVID-19 on March 30th. And at the time, I was having almost all the symptoms of COVID, like dry cough, shortness of breath, on and off high fever, and what else? Gastric discomfort. I was also having at the time on and off nausea and headache, body aches. I lost my appetite, and this is the worst thing. I had a hard time going to sleep. Okay, it's unbelievable. Well, it never happened in my life before, and this horrible experience went on like that for about 12 days. Okay. By the way, the onset of my symptoms started on the 25th of March. So just try to imagine, guys, I've been dealing with this terrible situation from March 25 to April 5th. Okay, and I even thought that I was going to die, just like others. Now, let me tell you about our situation here before this horrible COVID hit me. At first, when I heard the news about this coronavirus, I really wasn't paying much attention at all. And whenever I went to work, I always assured myself, like in my mind, saying that I guess I just have to, follow the procedures, the protocols, and be cautious. I'll be fine. And that was my mindset all the time. At that time, the PPE supply in our facility were running out. We were given only one set to be used for the whole shift. One mask, one hospital gown, and then the face shield. Of course, it's not right, right? Much worse, after a week after that, they started giving us one set to be used for the whole week. President Trump at the time told us it was never going to hit US. Although I heard in the news that there were already a handful of, cases here in New York and New Jersey. So what I did, I went for quick grocery shopping with my mask on, of course, because you never know who you're dealing with inside the store. I'm a nurse, working 3 to 5 days a week, and I remember that a week before the onset of my symptoms, the number of people lining up in the hospital ER seeking consult due to illness they're experiencing were increasing. All of them got tested with COVID, and I heard that almost 80% were positive, and majority of them had mild symptoms. Oh gosh, you know what? That news hit me really hard. I started to worry because I wasn't yet fully recovered from my bronchitis. And I also heard some of my coworkers started not feeling well. In my case, March 25th, I called out sick because I started having shortness of breath and, dry cough. On the third day from the onset of my symptoms, I started having chills with fever. So I went for COVID test 3 days after, and it turned out positive. Um, I wasn't surprised at all because, with all the symptoms I was experiencing at the time, I already knew that I had it. Okay? It's a horrible feeling. From March 25 to April 5, I lost my appetite to eat. I couldn't sleep. And I had a fever that never went down from 103 to 104 most of the time, in spite of taking Tylenol round the clock. Okay? And aside from that, I was having dry cough with shortness of breath, lots of migraines, and oh my god, also gastric discomfort. I had, I think, 2 episodes of diarrhea. All right? And well, there are times I felt a little bit, fine for a couple of hours, then after that, back to that horrible state again. The worst part was when you had a fever of 103 and to 104, when it kicks in into that to that level, 103, 104, with shortness of breath, cough, and then your chest feeling so heavy. Now, you might be thinking why I didn't go to the hospital. Well, due to several personal reasons, I chose not to because I've been an ER nurse for almost 15 years and I know how it goes here in the ER. Okay? There are a lot of patients, to be honest with you, there are a lot of patients who were intubated without even rethinking if it's really necessary for them to be intubated. All right? So I stayed home from day one, taking all the precautions needed. I isolated myself and I told my family to back away from me. And because I informed them that this is scary, appending the entire planet is now inside our house. Okay? And I remember my son told me, "Oh, mom, he felt scared." He said, "Mom, it's inside you." All right. So I told my son that right now I couldn't hug him. From that time on, everyone in the house started wearing masks, made them aware that they need to be away from each other, like 6 to 10 feet apart, and always practice frequent hand washing. They also clean and disinfecting, everything that they touch. My husband also tried to limit his trips to the grocery store. Now, listen, I did all this home supportive treatment, and they're a big help, I'm telling you. Like, you need to get lots of rest and sleep. You need to drink plenty of water. You need to eat the right foods, okay? And I also did gargling with vinegar and salt at least 3 times a day. And then I perform steam inhalation. That's a very good thing. Steam inhalation, it's, especially when you're having the fever and shortness of breath, it helps loosen up your phlegm and easen up your breathing. Okay, so I also did breathing exercises every hour whenever I can. Um, the vitamin supplements, yeah, I've been taking vitamin supplements to boost up my immune system, plus the Zitromax and hydroxychloroquine, 200 milligrams twice a day that my doctor prescribed me for my COVID. The vitamin supplements, they're very important because they help boost up your immune system. In my case, I've been taking vitamin A, also vitamin C. The vitamin C I used to take before 1,000 milligrams twice daily, but I increased it to 2 grams 3 to 4 times a day for 2 days. Okay, because that's what my doctor told me when he prescribed those azithromycin and the hydroxychloroquine. Okay, so he asked me to increase the doses of my vitamin C. Okay, and I think that helps with my fever because when I started 3 days after taking the vitamin C, the high dose of vitamin C, my fever totally went down. It was totally resolved. And ever since then, I never had fever. Okay, so that's very important. If you don't have vitamin C, because I know that, especially nowadays, so hard to buy these vitamin supplements. You can get it from foods like orange, papaya over there in the Philippines, cantaloupe or melon. It's very high in vitamin C. Bell pepper, broccoli, what else? Yeah, a lot of, mangoes also. It's very high in vitamin C. Now, vitamin D3, I've been taking 5,000 IU, or that's 125 micrograms daily. Over in the Philippines, if you can't buy vitamin D3, you can get that from the sunlight, okay? But over here, because it's too cold outside in the morning, we can't do that. All right. Now, also the zinc, that's very important in the immune system, help boost up your immune system. Vitamin E, I'm also taking vitamin E, although I'm already taking avocado, broccoli, I eat those, spinach, asparagus, they're high in vitamin E, but you know, it's still different when you take kinds of supplements. Okay, so I guess that's it. That's what I've been doing.